and keeping Americans safe from terror attacks have become major issues in the 2016 presidential campaign, especially since the December 2nd San Bernardino shooting rampage, in which 14 people died, and the November 13th Paris attacks, which killed 130 people. In response to the attacks, Chairman of the House Oversight Committee, Jason Chaffetz, held a hearing to better understand the visa program and decide what, if anything, can be done to ensure terrorists can't slip into the country lawfully. In a heated exchange between DHS officials, Chaffetz asked,
"Since 2001, the department has revoked approximately 122,000 visas for a variety of reasons, including nearly 9,500 for suspected links to terrorism. Of the 122,000 revoked visas, how many of those people are still in the United States?"
Michelle Bond, Assistant Secretary for the Bureau of Consular Affairs, stunned the panel when she replied,
"I don't know.
Doesn't that scare you?
Many of the people whose visas are revoked were not in the United States when we revoked the visa."
You have no idea how many of those people are in the United States.
The chairman further pressed four high-ranking DHS officials. Alan Burson, the former director of Customs and Border Protection's answer wasn't reassuring.
Mr. Chairman, I don't have that.
You don't have a clue, do you? These are people that State Department, who gave a visa, thought about it, got more information, and decided, we better revoke that. 9,500 were tied to terrorists, and you don't have a clue who they are, do you?
Under the current law, the Department of State and DHS play a key role in managing immigration law and policies regarding immigrant visas. Equally alarming is the revelation that in the past fiscal year, DHS has opened 118 investigations into Syrians who overstayed their U.S. visas. 11 of those examinations resulted in arrests, and another 18 are ongoing investigations.
CBS 6 News contributor Kimberly Dvorak is here to discuss these startling revelations. Kimberly,
yeah,
hard to believe that 9,500 visas have been revoked, but they can't.
That they don't know where they are.
They can't say if they're here.
They're hoping some of them have returned to their home countries, but I think it's actually pretty stunning in this day and age that the
that we can't track them.
That we don't know where they are. That we need to do a better job at tracking where they are, and it just highlights why border security for people coming into the country remains extraordinarily high, and it should be one of our #1 priorities, because if they're not here, exactly, if they're not here, then we're pretty far away from the region. So I mean, it's
right. I wonder how the range is, like what gets you on that list of being a suspected terrorist or having a link to it. I mean, because again, if they're here, I'm just curious, how.
Well, I think
how dangerous some of these people are.
Well, I think what happens is in the Middle East, and a lot of the countries now are complete war zones, so they don't have any reliable government agencies that when you plug in a social security number like you do here, all this stuff pops up and your history's there. So it makes vetting increasingly difficult. A lot of folks that come to this country, come here as interpreters. They were helping U.S. military forces overseas, so they get priorities, and they're coming to this country. And you just don't know. I mean, we just don't know how to vet them properly at this point. And so I think that when we look at the 2016 election cycle, we're seeing, open arms, bring them all in, and then you're seeing, Donald Trump saying, no, don't bring any of them in. There's got to be some sort of balance there that we can, make sure that we're taking care of our citizens.
Now, Congressman Chaffetz was talking about Department of Homeland Security doing their job. Has someone dropped the ball there?
Well, 9,500 are missing. I would assume that somebody's dropped the ball. I don't know if it's just such a large bureaucratic organization that they're saying, I thought he was going to do it, I thought he was going to do it, and then it gets pushed on. But the fact is we've got 60 people this year charged with terrorism charges, which is a record high for this country, and we're going to see more of what happened in San Bernardino if we don't stay vigilant. The law enforcement says stay vigilant and watch your surroundings.
It is certainly on the minds of many people.
It should be. It should be. It's very important. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Kimberly. You can read more of Kimberly.